yes, I love CINC. I've been doing that for about Leadshare with Atlanta communities for about a year now. I've closed a couple deals. And this was mainly when I got started. This was just like a side, just because they know that I really work my sphere of influence. But now that the market has really shifted, I am utilizing it a whole lot more, and I am starting to have a lot more of those conversations with people. And I'm starting to see more people use online, and I think it's simply because everything nowadays is at the palm of our hands, and us agents, we don't have to like it, but we have to utilize it. That's what your business needs right now. I'm Paige Thompson. I'm with Atlanta Communities based out in Woodstock. I've been in real estate for about 4.5 years now. I started at Keller Williams and I joined a top producing team. When I got started, they had me call everyone in sync that was in the pond and trying to nurture them to book appointments with other agents. So I really was able to learn the in and outs on how to do it. So that was really all I knew about CRMs. I had never used anything else, but it was very easy. And that says a lot, I think, coming from a brand new agent. When I went to Atlanta Communities, they paid for all agents to have KB Core. And so when I went in that system, it was like Chinese to me. I did not know what I was looking at. I didn't know how to start a drip campaign. I didn't know how to do anything. So I was taking classes that they offer at my office, getting some CE hours. And then, I mean, I got it down now, but I still have to use my brain with that. And I just think that that slows down the wheel for me, because I'm trying to get things done quickly. I'm trying to make calls quickly. I'm trying to enter notes. There's a lot of things I need because I should be blindfolded and be able to know this person. What was our last conversation? KV Core just doesn't offer that. That's when I got asked again to do the lead share with Scott at Atlanta Communities. And that's when I was like, yes, I love CINC. I've been doing that for about lead share with Atlanta Communities for about a year now. I've closed a couple deals. And this was mainly when I got started. This was just like a side, just because they know that I really work my sphere of influence. But now that the market has really shifted, I am utilizing it a whole lot more, and I am starting to have a lot more of those conversations with people. And I'm starting to see more people use online, and I think it's simply because everything nowadays is at the palm of our hands, and us agents, we don't have to like it, but we have to utilize it. That's what your business needs right now. My sphere of influence is great, and you know, because I need their pipelines. I'm relying on them to also support me and refer me out. But uh, that list is only so long, and you have to be able to grow your list daily. And I always tell the agents that I mentor, you need to be calling 10 people a day, and you need to be adding 5 people at bare minimum a week into that CRM. And you're going to filter them out. You're going to qualify them. Are these A plus? Are they A? Are they B? I mean, you need to also figure out where's your money going. Don't spend time on people that aren't going to spend time on you. It's a waste of your time. And and when you first talk to somebody on sync, it's of course it's uncomfortable. But if you're not uncomfortable, then you're not doing anything for yourself. And you don't know this person. Like there's nothing that person can say to you that will criticize you. So it's just you just got to be able to be that people person and talk a little bit more other than real estate. I mean, you got to build trust through the phone. And the best way to do that is to have them fill you in on their personal life and you share your personal life and share with them why you do what you do. Are you passionate about it, or is this just to put food on the table? For me, that's not what it is for me. So I'm really kind of building that trust within Sync and really finding out anything and everything about that person. Find out why, don't find out what they're trying to do, find out why they're trying to do it, because that right there, that's like your cherry on top. My main why really is my dad built a legacy in Alpharetta and really built it to what it is now, and like the crabapple market. And I'm also like a national TV host for the American Dream TV, where I'm able to kind of showcase our community, like why we're the number one place to live in the South. And so my dad built Alpharetta for 25 years. And so I really just want to take on his legacy, but do it in the residential side versus the commercial side. And then I'm just very passionate about, I feel like God gave me this gift to just help people and provide an experience for them. Because you hear all the time about these like nightmare real estate transactions. And by the time they get to me, it's like, okay, now I need to clean this up. This is not how real estate goes. Like, I just want to tell you, this is supposed to be a smooth process. It's like a wedding. You should be like excited about this, and you shouldn't be dreading getting to the closing table. And I just enjoy to be around people. I'm not transactional. I'm all about relationship building because I do work word of mouth. I'm just not one of those agents that likes to go on like Zillow Flex or any of that, because I just don't see a big value there. I see more of a value of, let's meet for coffee. Let me find out about you. Let's first see if we're going to be a good fit for each other, because I'm not going to be a good fit for everybody. And I don't want to be honest with you. I don't. I want to be able to say, hey, I don't think I'm going to be a good fit for you, but I can refer you to somebody that will.
Talk to me more about, yeah, your specialties, I guess, and more about the market in Alpharetta, how things are shifting.
So, well, first, my specialties are relocation, because I act as almost like a tour guide, because I know like the hidden gems. I know, you know, supporting small local businesses when people relocate here, I think is really important to let them know, because this is what drives the economy. That's one of the reasons why Alpharetta is so unique, because you don't really find corporate chains out there unless you go to the Avalon, which that's a mall in itself. That's, I mean, self-explanatory. But when you go to downtown Alpharetta, you're not seeing any of that. So I really specialize in with relocations. I want them to get here. I want to put them in my car, and I want to physically take them to Alpharetta to show them why Alpharetta has set this bar so high and has just surpassed everybody in the North Metro Atlanta area. It's just a ton of history in Alpharetta, and Alpharetta has done such a good job with just keeping that alive, and that's really important to the locals there. They want agents selling there that know the benefit of that and that know the story with it. So that's one of the specialties, and then the other one is I specialize in renovations, because I run the renovation company with my husband. So something that we have really focused on is there's a really big need with sellers right now. They may not be able to tap into those funds to make those renovations to sell. So what we have done is saved up some reserves, and we're allowing sellers to pay us at the closing table at no additional cost. So that's a big need. We know that it's going to sell. Now, if it takes a longer time to sell, at that point, we renegotiate some type of convenience fee, because 6 months is a really long time. just to be on the market, and that's not factoring in the job. So we give sellers 6 months, but we're really relying there. Our customers are relying on me to kind of come in and say, "Hey, this is what buyers are looking for right now. Based on what I'm seeing in your home, I think that this needs to be done." And I always hit there's the top three rooms in a home that sell a home right now. And this is based in our market here in North Metro Atlanta. The number one is your kitchen, because that is the heart of the home. That is where you're going to be making all your big decisions. That's where you're going to be entertaining. It's where you're going to be feeding the kids. That's just where you're going to spend the majority of your time. The second one is the master bathroom. And there's something about waking up each morning and walking into your bathroom that gives you that sense of like zen and comfort. So that is really something people are looking for. And the third one, a lot of people are shocked about this, but it's actually your outdoor living space in Georgia. That's something that I really focus on to help people to say, hey, whatever your budget is. So if your budget is 30,000, we don't mind putting that money up front, but let's focus on the needs of the buyer. Because if you're renovating to sell, that's completely different than renovating to enjoy your home. Because at that point, it's no longer about you, it's about that buyer. So it's a breath of fresh air when you have somebody that's in the market every day looking at homes constantly. I don't just go look at homes with my clients. I'm looking for the future benefit of my upcoming clients, because that's important to see what type of competition is out there. And of course, educating them on this whole commission structure when I'm asked. It kind of that plays into the whole competition situation, because buyers are having to pay a lot of money. It is what it is.
How have those conversations shifted in recent months, I guess, with this settlement?
Yeah. Um, Here's my take on that is the seller has never paid the buyer's agent. And I'm very stern on that, um, because when you sign that listing agreement, all you're saying in that agreement is I'm willing to pay my agent, who I'm hiring, X amount, and my agent is agreeing to split that or whatever that structure is with the buyer's agent for bringing the buyer. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do not only my job as a listing agent that I'm going to have to do anyways to represent you. Now I'm going to have to do more than 250 tasks on the buy side and run that risk. Am I crossing the line here? Like, I don't do dual agency. I'm very, very against it. At some shape or form, somebody's going to get the unfair trade. They just are. And it's impossible. You just can't be able to do that. So that's kind of how I'm saying it, and just sticking to the facts. And I think a lot of this lawsuit is really on fault of the agents, um, because they're not educating their client.
We talk to a lot of other agents about like out of town buyers and how online leads kind of honestly helps and is an advantage for them if people are searching out of town for Alpharetta. I'm wondering what your experience is with that and with CINC specifically on that front.
So, yeah, with CINC specifically touching Alpharetta, because I think people are just, I mean, because Alpharetta is like in Forbes, I mean, it's being very highly talked about. So I think it's becoming more popular. So, I've had quite a few recently, I'd say, that coming from CINC that are interested in Alpharetta. And I guess the main thing is educating them on Alpharetta. It's luxury, it's convenient, it's all about community there. And that's why it's so important to get them in the car, get them here, and you got to let them in on why these areas are the top areas to live in, and really kind of utilizing sync the best way you can. If that's, doing a relocation ebook to send people, and making it easy for people to find out things about the area they're interested in, I think is important. And I've been using sync to do that.
Um, you said I think you've closed a couple at least on saying I'm curious what that lead story was.
So I had one lead that came in, and she was a widowed woman, and her husband left her absolutely nothing. And it was a very sad situation. And we got in contact. We went to go see a couple houses. She went under contract on one house, but then backed out. We got our earnest money back and everything, but she ended up closing. August will be 2 years, and in a cute little townhome in Canton, and she absolutely loves it. And we're actually making renovations so she could sell it, so she can get something bigger. But she had been trying for 5 years to buy a home, and the agents she was getting in touch with, I think, were from Zillow or something like that. But we kind of knew immediately that we were a good fit for each other, and it was a very successful story. I truly love her so much, and I actually just met with her a couple weeks ago. We stay in contact with each other, and she calls me her daughter. So, every conversation is an opportunity. It's up to you as the agent of where you want to take that opportunity. You want to jump on it, or do you want to hand it over to somebody else? Because if you don't take it, somebody else is. Because we're sharks in the water, you know. I know that I am. Like, if somebody's not acting quickly, I am. So,
If somebody wanted to find you online or reach out to you, I guess tell us how they would get in contact with you.
a couple things would, if you can just go to pagebthompson.com, and it's going to take you to it's called Link Book. And this is a new system that Atlanta Communities has introduced me to. And it's basically, you can find out anything and everything about me there. It's got all my social handles there. I have my YouTube channel linked in there. You can see all the TV episodes that I've done. And ultimately, it's just a place that you can go to literally find out anything about me, and what it's like working with me and stuff like that. And then also, if you are on Instagram, I have literally everything is on my channel. I have a bio link that you can click, and that's how I do like freebies, and I hand out things for people. And I also am going to like local restaurants, local places, specifically in the not the Atlanta area, but Alpharetta area. And I'm just showing people these are the local businesses I love to support, and come check it out and stuff like that. That's going to be on my Instagram at Paige Sells Georgia. But my first recommendation would be just to go to pagebthompson.com.